Hey guys, Zar here. Good morning to you. Hope all is well. Trust you're having a good day. It is Tuesday, Feb 18th, 2025. Coming into the session here after a holiday yesterday. Stock market was closed. Futures were open for partial hours. Of course, I did not trade and typically don't trade when the stock market is closed, just because it can be a little wonky, weird, and certainly light when it comes to volume and very often volatility as well. Anyway, here's the daily frame, guys. NASDAQ, S&P, and Dow. This is Tuesday's action, including yesterday's partial action on the futures contract. And you can see that we have another up day here, guys. Very strong looking chart now on the NASDAQ, having broken out of this range and driving up towards all-time highs. On the spot market, I believe we actually broke all-time highs on Friday, but don't quote me on that. And here we are on the S&P, guys. Another up day and bullish body. Tried to get above this piece right here, guys. That could pose a little bit of resistance. And we have an inside day and bearish body marginally on the Dow. Very congested and range bound on the Dow. But let's see what the rest of the day has to offer us. This will be the two sisters, guys, coming into the open. The open has not opened yet. 2 minutes to go for the open. This is my trading grid, guys. You'll see there's that daily chart, 30-minute and 1-minute chart on the right-hand side. You can see that we do have that up day, as I mentioned, but we are driving down now. This, by the way, and I left it here on purpose, is the London open range. You see that there? Rallied all the way back and rejecting into the New York open range, which will be right about here in the next minute or so. You can see that we are in fact driving down here, guys, in the 30-minute range. Let's take a look at that all the way down. See that there before the market even opens? So that's a little curious. We'll see if that continues or if we get a snapback here on the open. So we have erased all of the price action of the UK session so far. Of course, Europe continues for the next 2 hours or so. And much of the Asian session has been erased just with this one pre-New York candle. And we're going to open now in less than 1 minute. I'll bring you back over here, put you on pause, and we'll wait for this open to play out. And there's the 1-minute open range, guys. It is 26 points on the NASDAQ and 4.25 points on the S&P. That's just for the 1-minute candle. Of course, we have this big drop right into VWAP, volume weighted average price. So we are in balance now for the entire future session that began at around 6 p.m. last evening, New York time. Just going to watch this now, guys. Nothing for me to do. Here's the trading grid, as I mentioned, dropped way down here below the London open range, and here's the New York open range. I will take off the London open range now so we can remain focused on the task at hand. I'm going to delete this little zone here, guys, a minor zone from Asia. Trying to drive up now above the open range. S&P not really participating. Nothing for me to do. We do have some medium impact news at 10 o'clock. It's 9:34 right now. It's the NAHB Housing Market Index release. That can have an impact sometimes, but usually fairly minor. With the right setup, guys, I'll trade right into that. Not too concerned about it. But I encourage you to do that at your own risk, of course, if you choose to do the same. Range bound, guys, open range bound, that means. All right, guys, watching. Two sisters, looking like the S&P wants to participate here on the downside. Just measuring, guys. Not doing anything here. This is not live. I'll let you know if I go live on this. Just thinking. It's 97.5 points for 2R. Obviously, less than 50 for 1R. All right, guys, sell stop live. Here we go. And I'm in, just like that. Dropping now, guys. Both sisters. Let me just show that to you very quickly. S&P, NASDAQ, both dropping below the low of the day. Heading into 2 standard deviations, hopefully significantly lower than that. I think this is definitely worth a coin toss, but certainly no guarantees. And target 1 has been hit, guys, and so the 1R all-or-nothing trader has left the game with full profits. And the 2R move stop to break even at 1R has now moved their stop to break even because we hit 1R. And now we'll wait and see if the 1.5R and the 2R all-or-nothing traders can make some money here today as well. So why am I short here, guys? Well, we have a daily that pushed into new highs over yesterday, which was a holiday. We don't see yesterday, of course, on the daily frame because this is the way futures works. When the stock market is closed, it only shows the daily candle for Tuesday in this case, which is right here. This is Friday's price action, not Monday's. This, however, is Monday's price action down here on the 30-minute chart. This was a very low volume day, given that it was futures only for a partial day in New York. I'm not too concerned about the zone that was created here because it was on such incredibly low volume and when the stock market was actually closed. The underlying stocks in the NASDAQ weren't even trading yesterday. And so that's important to understand. So this is really not even a remote barrier. And then we have this important double top here on the 30-minute and then failing. Bearish engulfing, not just bearish over the prior candle here in the pre-market, but taking out all of these candles here on the 30-minute. Very bearish sentiment all of a sudden coming into the pre-market, if you remember. A little orderly pullback into the 9. We had no closes above the open range at all here today. In fact, everything has been below, 9 below 21. A nice little grind sideways, a minor tug of war between the bulls and the bears, and then failing into session lows, and then a clean traffic range down here below. So really quite a simple decision to make here, guys, on a flipping bearish body on the daily. Kind of a no-brainer, but certainly no guarantees that we're going to finish out here with 2R, but we have 1R in the books, and I'm pretty happy about that on a functional Monday for the week, even though it's Tuesday. And of course, I'll also remind you of the simultaneous agreement and alignment of the S&P with the NASDAQ. NASDAQ breaking here, the low of the day, S&P breaking on the same candle, the low of the day. That's very nice confluence and agreement for the trade idea. And again, as you can see, still no guarantees. All right, guys, and as you can see, we have pulled all the way back here to my original entry. And so the 2R move stop to break even at 1R has now been stopped out of break even. And now we're just going to have to wait and see if this thing can drop down and come all the way down to the 1.5 and the 2R so that those two traders can make some money here. And target 2 has been hit, guys, and so the 1.5R all-or-nothing trader has left the game with full profits. And we're back, guys, and I stepped downstairs for a moment to grab some coffee, got the alert, and there it is. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate you. So the 1R, 1.5R, and 2R all-or-nothing traders made full profits, and the 2R who moved their stop to break even got out of break even. Thanks for being here, guys. Appreciate you. Have an amazing day. We'll talk to you soon.